Anyways, so there, I have to say this before I keep getting cut off again and again and again. The old one, which I used to do, and no, we were against the war. We didn't go to the Korean War. We like have this thing of not falling for these wars usually, like emotion, because the only thing that's gonna stop you now is like severe emotion now. Plus they're killing on purple now. So what the fuck? What the fuck? Why are these? Why are these people saying only they that are sick? You can put it in Matthew and Luke and put it in like freaking. They're having basically. Shift is asking for Russian dogs. He is. He's just talking, talking, talking. He's saying Russia, Russia. When they say stuff like that, they fucking want the equality drug back. Like, this is not like what people make it out to be. I mean, only they that are sick need a physician. I heard it on the freaking song radio already. I carry the cross, INRI, which is, they put an N on Isri with was Isri the fourth? Yeah, Isri was the fourth musician in the band. Not band, but you know what I mean, like the people he picked or whatever. Right? So, I'm gonna put it to you this way. The old one, and I don't know if they're redoing it because they tried to sell everything under 0% and they ran them again or something fucking irritating like that. The one that was old was uh, Vegeta's. I think, and I hope it didn't happen again. Like, I stopped even wanting to, like, as soon as I saw the green 0%, I did not want anymore. I'm sorry. No, not right away, but like after time, I didn't want any to go too far into the Latin food as it progressed. Like, as it started building in this kind of what do you call it? Flying taco and shit like that. Like, and it started happening with a little bit of other foods too. But it was like the song on the radio was, and this is why I said that it's gonna be a bore. It's not a bunch of females scratching the shit out of these dudes. It's gonna be a boar with tusks that balloons, because it's the swine thing again. It's the everything again. It's the same fucking thing. And it's kind of boring the crap out of people having normal lives, and they really think that they're like making lives better. It's gotten to that point that it's not making people's lives any better. Okay, so like and I hate it when they crouch and tiger the most ridiculous people in the United States and make them politicians so that they go to another stupid war somewhere else. I fucking hate it. So anyways, especially when it's like, is this like really what it is? Okay, so song on the radio was if I Oh, I gotta say this though about Jacob. Jacob is on one of those nefarious Nephilim ones, because like what happens is because the people throw out the Constantine thing a lot, or they have a misconception about it, they usually hollow out like a teenager somehow. It's like a teenager, but it'll be implied. So then they'll tech people as older and younger, but then somebody else will be, let's say, your niece, who's obviously not capable of being your niece, so then they tech them older. You see it? Or whatever. I know they fucked up on me because I only got one niece. That's one. One. I mean, on my side. So that's why, but that's how it happens. So, for example, like, like this, let's just say I'm using this Bible because it's practically been changed a couple of times, but anyways, um, let's say it'd be like, I'm related, I'm your, it's, that's my great great uncle-in-law. Who says that? No one. That's really what it ends up being. That's why it's called First Samuel and Second Samuel, right? Okay. Anyways, so to go a little bit further, uh, the old one, and I used to do this for some reason when I started shooting again. I used to do the chew Jew, who didn't really chew, but like had the whole Vietnam case, like through, like he's smoking from the side of his mouth. He's always, and then they called him Popeyes. Okay, so it was a old thing, and it was fajitas, and I know that they said it as fajitas, and it came up if you type it in. It was on the goat side. I think the G is on the goat side. Somebody goated it. Somebody scapegoated it, basically, is what they did. And the song on the radio that has an N, a strong always N in the music, so it doesn't actually tell you. Don't get me wrong, I like Selena though. Selena did the 3 parts of a person, like, you know, like she did that like really good, because like here, if you were to vote for someone, let's say you're voting for a person, if they're still on this stuff, you have to say that I don't, let's say if it was a black person, you'd have to say I don't hate, you'd have to go through the rainbow again, but make sure that it goes as it triangulates. Do you see what I'm saying? Like, it's like that would be the only thing people express, and that's the only thing they give them the substances on to express. So if it's Blackanese, you'd have to make sure you pick apart every single time. I don't hate Asians, I don't hate black people, I don't hate da 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 or whatever, but then they'll say it's like mixed between the two, and you have to keep going and going and going until you're fucking exhausted. That makes me wonder why the guy maybe that showed up in Yellowstone with a tire wasn't actually all wrong. A tire full of meth. I was like, that part though, he should just get community service for driving that car. But as long as that's not being sold. The only thing is, the point is made that it's exhaustive. It's just like it keeps going and going and going and going and going, right? So I get really irritated when I have to read the book of Matthew and they're saying that the politicians need a physician and everybody else is just fucking doing whatever, chopping their hair in a certain kind of way, usually the middle generation, and they have to say that they have diseases because idiots are ignoring the fact that they're making the cabinet sick. They are, by bringing these bad physicians in. Do you want me to use the Bible? I mean, I know they changed the word for hell to a country, and it took me forever. I mean, even after I was stalked, you get stalked first with whatever they change the Bible with. Really, you get fucking stalked, and it takes for fucking ever to fucking find it. It takes forever, and it's so fucking annoying. And it's like, see, it proves God. See, it proves God. Do you know how many victims you really have? No. That's why I said, oh man, Zippa is cute, but really she sits then back on top of Peter, and they're acting like they're touching the dead, but how is she going to stop them from touching the motherfucking dead? Like, okay, she's going to shoo every bird away from doing it? I don't think so. Mount Aaron is pretty crazy. Carmel and Hor and Carmel are crazy. Number Two, the first Van Helsing movie showed that they don't really know what the definition of a prostitute really is. It's not just prostitution. Like when the Bible talks about a specific kind of prostitution, it's very, well, read Kings. Read Kings. Anyways, so then they'll say it's the bright and shiny stuff hasn't showed back up on the computer for it really, but they're like really this is like brainwashy, disgusting stuff. But the song was, if I ever one time, no, I don't even know what the first time was. I really don't fucking know. If I ever 2 times, I'm gonna wipe her, protest wipies. Okay, I get that sense over certain products because they're just kind of wiping it away. Same thing, they were just like, it's not funny, and it's, I don't know. I tear wipies and throw it on the sides of the trash because I'm like, I don't know what to fucking say. Especially when you got older and younger now, because like I said, they seem to not get this at all. They'll take it as older and say that they're the younger niece. You know what I mean? And then somebody will step in, and sometimes you only have like one. So you're like, how is it that it's transferring over and over and over to so many people anyways? It's not even plausible. I don't know. It makes me worried. It does. It really does. And then so the thing was, when I was at the Jack in the box, the other Myra would always ask me where my other half was of the fruit. And I'm like, what are you talking about? Like, I couldn't ever understand what she was talking. She always said that, like, where's your other half of the orange? Where's your other half? And I'm like, huh? And then imagine after their Jethro seed drilling, and I had to do my own fucking egg roll on my own egg, how misinterpret that would be in a sense of playing that song over it. And I don't glorify that stuff. I think that 99.9999999% of the people don't understand it, and it's just, I think it's mean.